First game of Surplus. Minecraft game mode where 4 people are trapped on an island hunting each other down until only one remains. And all that help. Hopefully this will help. It in fact will not. We only have a single life and there are other horrors hunting us down. We start weak, but over time we get stronger. I will attempt winning via building a base and outlasting the other players. The other horrors are the rotted enemies. They are powerful and can get you no matter where you are. And as the days pass, they very rapidly get more powerful. My plan is to build in the sky where they cannot get me, but the other players can spot my base very easily. I was set on edge, as I know very little about this mysterious mod pack. Eating food now gives you bonus hearts instead of filling a hunger bar. Better foods equal more hearts and last for longer. Surplus also offers a skill tree, allowing with killing and mining. You'd gain points to further strengthen your character. This will be highly needed for later. With tensions on edge, I held my ground, feeling the concrete start growing at my feet, wanting to hold me downwards. I need to shake this feeling off. I was so scared, but what else could I do? I just froze, hoping that the lady wouldn't want to hurt me. She sounded friendly, but I highly doubt she is. Daytime was arriving. I was happy that I survived the night. I was eager to continue on my search for loot. Was that animated woman some spider character? Her eyes were red. Couldn't she have climbed up here? Whatever happens, I'm creeped out and need to leave. This was Day of Surplus 1. For day 1, I have gotten red leather pants, stone tools, and decent food. I felt like I was falling behind, but the truth is, the loot has been severely reduced.
Hey, you know something funny? What? 6-7.
Day 2 started with boating and running around, desperately trying to gather loot that the other players may have missed. Boot and Mourof was who I was particularly scared of. They tend to scale loot better than I do. The rain made things darker and made it harder to tell when it was getting dark. This freaked me out further. I felt like a bunny panicking through a dangerous forest full of wolves, waiting for someone, like that spider woman, to come eat me. I was kicked from the game, and when I returned, I was in this cave. Time felt frozen as I couldn't interact with his chest, so I rejoined. That was weird. Boots had diamonds, and I barely had leather. Great. My goal with the skill tree was to maximize hearts as fast as possible. This way I wouldn't lose my one and only life, and getting jumped wouldn't hurt as badly. I had found copper, that's wonderful, except for the fact that this is on a version before copper tools and armor, and Mourof did not add it back in. This annoyed me, as I wanted to be glad I found copper for the first time in my life. After a lot of travel, it was becoming nighttime, and I knew if I didn't find a base, I'd be as good as gone. So without thinking much more, I dug deep and decided tonight I'd live underground. Hopefully, the mining rotted would not grab me. Later, I came to find out more than just mining rotted encountered us down here. Iron and pretty much any loot was very difficult to find underground. All ore rates were dropped heavily, so any loot was a joy. I'll leave you with a little gameplay to show how this felt. It was unnerving. I went back up realizing I was probably wasting day 3. So here I am, finishing night 2 and being on day 3. What a rush. When I reached day 3, my important items were a red leather chestplate, red leather pants, red leather boots, an iron pickaxe, 2 iron ingots, and the same food as yesterday. I was trying to get a full set of leather armor, as in surplus, getting a full set of armor allows full invulnerability from physical damage. But the armor takes very heavy durability damage. Having even one piece of the armor missing removes the invulnerability. I knew I needed to make the most of today. I charged and found a nearby village. I came about and found these items. I thought I was happily gonna get them until I froze. Somebody probably trapped these items, or this village, so I treaded carefully. I found this trader which had potential, but sadly I didn't have the iron to trade with him. I later went mining for a rather long time and didn't end up having much. After a long trip, I ended up getting a little iron, gold, and some lapis. I left outside, finishing the 3rd day. I needed to leave. This was the end of the third day. On day 3, my good items were full red leather armor, a shield, and so on. Day 4 had pretty much nothing but me running around, and I found some gold. Most uneventful day there was. Well, except for one thing. It was getting dark and I needed a home right now. This was night 4, so a lot of these enemies would be spawning. This is why I built a sky base with torches. I knew other players would spot me easily, but it would have to do. The base was 2 blocks thick, as I knew they would climb to get me. So now, digging a single hole under me would not work anymore. I thought I was safe on this platform. I was so wrong. My torch in hand went out due to the rain and I panicked. In reality, the torches on the ground were enough. Tonight was going to be a long night. I cooked up my resources and got to resting. I was safe here. They are even here at daytime. My equipment is horrible. My only hope is that the others' bases are so poorly made that they will fall before I do. I do not want to be misheard. That's painful. I was going away from here. I needed better gear now and fast. Mourof was the last player here other than me. He made this game mode, meaning he knows a lot more than I do, so I know what I needed to do. I need gear now and fast. Mourof and I had the same idea. We needed to team up. He said it before I did. So we had a temporary truce. We would gather as much as we can before the rotted gets us. Togfort was doomed to lose from the start. After an uneventful day, I decided to learn from my mistake and layer the top in about 3 or 4 blocks thick. There should be no way that they can get in now. Hopefully they cannot see that far through blocks. I also layered my base in water to give it many ways to get into my base. This in turn would make it look more like a tower rather than a box on a stick. Well, that was a second reason as well.
I love. No, no, no.
I had gotten an iron chestplate and was fully intending of teaming with Mourof. Who knows, maybe together we would beat Prosthetic. Issue is, how would I eventually beat Mourof? I don't just want to give him the victory. I want to win. My real goal was to have Mourof die by natural causes so I can simply outlast anyone in the Nether. My base was where I sunk all my effort into. Hopefully, it would pay off. And for the night, Mourof built a mini base underneath my building. On day 7, we did a trade for 4 iron for a diamond. I spent most of day 7 expanding my base and making the outside more visible. I'd have to do this in the daytime because at nighttime it was too dangerous. Up on the side, I decided to make glass blocks so I could look outside. Sadly, I chose the one side with no land around it. Such a shame. I even made the glass 2 blocks thick. Now my base looked far nicer. I even added some stairs to neaten up the place. Tonight was surprisingly peaceful. My plan worked. Fully. For once I could simply...
read DMs.
rest. Boots got a fortress. He was getting rich rapidly, I'd thought. But I had finally made a diamond weapon. I felt like I had an ounce of power. I really liked night 7. Almost nothing happened on day 8. I got a dog friend and searched for goods. I found nothing good and returned home. The night, on the other hand, was, well, take a look for yourselves. Mothmen, they're guys that took Togfort to the Nether. Could easily fly up and grab me, dropping me off to all the other rotted. It was a race towards my house. The morning of day 8 was refreshing. I had a quick bath and went straight on to continue trying to make myself richer, as my base was pretty much done. I fished with my dog. I call him Steep Fur. He is cool. I just got a little goal whistle. After yet another, almost fruitless day, I found one of Mourof's houses. This was pretty cool to find. I decided not to go in out of fear he rigged this one, so I didn't. He was talking about traps earlier after all. I gleamed through the village, picking up a little lava and a bed for me to sleep in. I decided not to go as far, but little did I know, for some reason, the boats just stopped working. I panicked. The boat didn't work. I rushed home desperately. Thankfully, I made it on time, but it wouldn't take much longer to be in trouble again. It's weird how this happened 2 days in a row. I survived 10 days, yippee! My newest problem was Mourof. I could tell he was going to try to whoop me, so I needed iron to make traps for my base. Hopefully he'll try coming at the daytime to wait for me to arrive back at nighttime, so I could trap him. This plan was okay at best, I would say, so off I went to go find iron. On day 10, the rotted were finally starting to flood the surface. This was bad, but it also meant Mourof was in danger, as he did not have a sky base with water, so I figured he would lose first. I was wandering through, though, where were the Mothmen? I travelled to further places, hoping they weren't already looted already. I found coal and copper. How boring. That raven got me really badly a second time. I picked up the scroll and went home to read it. I whooped another Enderman and he dropped nothing. Again. I cut more wood and looked around my house a little bit and went inside. Day 11. I went through the rain. I knew Mourof was out to get me. This crow he sent being a rather effective fear tactic. The issue for him is that I'm normally pretty chill and relaxed. When I'm afraid, I actually try. I looked at my night one shelter and waltzed around. Mourof has went to my base. For the entire ordeal, I have been terrified of everything. My own incompetence, Mourof, boot prosthetic, the rotted. Their shadow lingered in my mind. When faced with the prospect of death, head to head, face to face, my body quickly adapted to fear. Because the living fear standing, the dead lay down in peace. I'll make Mourof earn my death.